It's a recipe.
No. No. You said to me, this is a family secret. And you gave it up to me. Boom. Just fucking like that.
This scene from 2015's Black Mass was the centerpiece of the film's promotional campaign ahead of its release. It was a calculated choice that gave audiences an unsettling glimpse into the menacing presence Johnny Depp would bring to the screen as real-life crime boss Whitey Bulger.
I feel like maybe you want to tell me what happened.
For those unfamiliar, the film tells the chilling true story of James Whitey Bulger, a notorious Boston crime boss whose unholy alliance with the FBI allowed him to reign with unchecked brutality through the late 70s and 80s. What elevates the film beyond its true-to-life gritty narrative is Depp's transformative performance.
You threatening me, Bulger?
The last thing I would do if I was planning to harm you is to warn you in advance, you dumb fuck.
Depp doesn't just play Bulger, he inhabits him, crafting a character whose calm demeanor is as terrifying as his violent outbursts.
I'm sorry, I was doing my job.
Shut the fuck up.
From subtle glances to explosive confrontations, Depp masterfully portrays a man who commands fear without raising his voice.
He just won't leave it alone. I have to handle it.
Then handle it.
His performance lingers long after the credits roll, and in this video, I wanted to explore how Depp's meticulous attention to detail, physicality, and restraint created one of the most haunting portrayals of a real-life mob boss ever put to screen.
Alright, let's head over.
A quick side note, I usually do scene breakdowns on this channel, but I'm trying something new by analysing standout performances. Don't worry though, this won't take away from my scene breakdowns. Next week's video will actually break down the Black Mass dinner scene I opened this video with. Anyway, back to Bulger. Depp has delivered many groundbreaking performances over the years, but his portrayal of Bulger should be considered career-defining. He embodies a twisted individual, not quite a psychopath, as Bulger clearly had empathy, but arguably a sociopath. And Depp captures this lack of remorse masterfully.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Depp effortlessly shifts his performance from a charming family man to a figure of violent murderous rage at the drop of a hat. And it's incredibly sad when an actor who does this,
look what I got. I got a jar of dirt, I got a jar of dirt, and guess what's inside it?
can do this.
Big fat fucking filthy fingers. And you stuff them back into the bowl that is there for public consumption. What the fuck are you thinking, John?
And be completely overlooked by the Academy. So how did Depp breathe life into a man this scary and still retain some redeeming quality so the audience could follow along? If you've seen the film, you'll quickly notice that Depp is almost unrecognizable, with his face hidden behind a mask of prosthetics and topped with the receding white hair that earned the notorious Boston gangster his nickname. Depp underwent a completely physical transformation. Also wearing fake teeth and piercing blue contact lenses, Depp credits Oscar-winning makeup artist Joel Harlow, known for his work on Pirates of the Caribbean and Alice in Wonderland, crafting a look that helped him step right into the character. Depp himself acknowledged that this physical transformation made him feel invincible, and while the physical metamorphosis plays a key role in how Depp crafts Bulger's look, it's his performance behind the mask that makes Bulger feel so terrifyingly real.
I thought you were John.
No, it ain't John. Come on. Come down, join us.
Preparing for the role, Depp reached out to Whitey Bulger, then serving a life sentence in prison, but Bulger declined, citing his disdain for the book the script was adapted from. So instead, Depp immersed himself in surveillance footage and police audio recordings of the crime boss to form his accent and mannerisms. Depp has stated that he approached the role with a genuine intent to understand Bulger as a human first, and it's this commitment to portraying him as a complex individual, not just a notorious criminal, that adds a depth which transcends the physical gangster portrayal. This meticulous preparation is evident in how Depp balances Bulger's ruthless brutality with fleeting moments of warmth and understanding. It's this duality that makes him so terrifying on screen, as you're never quite sure which side of him you'll get. Those with first-hand knowledge of the crime boss reported a sinister yet impressive glare emanating from Bulger's blue eyes. This was a look Depp wanted to replicate, and if you've seen the film, it's pretty safe to say he achieved it.
Get the FBI to fight our wars against our enemies.
None of this can be said without acknowledging that Depp is in fact a method actor. For those unfamiliar, in a nutshell, method acting is the practice of fully immersing oneself into a character, both on and off screen. While the technique has evolved since its inception, it ultimately boils down to the idea that acting is the reality of doing, which is why Depp's mannerisms, body language, gaze, accent, deliberate walk, and even the measured pace of his speech felt so real. He wasn't just portraying Whitey Bulger, he was living him. In 2016, Depp would have undoubtedly dominated the Best Actor race at the Oscars. His portrayal of Bulger was a masterclass in character creation, developing a persona filled with distinct mannerisms, speech patterns, and a dialect that simmered with a barely contained murderous rage beneath a calm, calculated surface. Comparing Depp's performance to the actual 2016 Best Actor nominations, it's hard to believe he wasn't included. What I feel held Depp's performance back from making a lasting cultural impact wasn't his craft, but the film's lack of narrative structure. The film plays more like a highlight reel of Bulger's criminal life than a cohesive story with stakes and urgency. Had the filmmakers taken creative liberties to shape a more traditional, emotionally engaging narrative, Depp's haunting portrayal might have cemented its place as one of his most celebrated performances.
I suggest you think these things through before you make unfounded accusations against me.